95.7 The Hog, the Morning Hog Show. How you doing? It's Riggs. You know, football's great. It's here. And then I was like, what's missing? What's the missing element? I was like, oh, beer. So we brought Josh S.R. Perrott right there. It says it on his shirt. That's how you know where he's from.
It doesn't.
And there's another guy in the room that has a shirt, but I already knew where he was from. But he's from a whole new place now.
Well, he showed up without his shirt, and I was like, dude, come on. Gotta wear a shirt.
He's from my heart. He's Ian right there.
That's right.
There you go. Welcome home.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for having me.
How many brew reviews have you done? Guesstimate. I'm going to say 6, 7.
It's very possible. Yeah,
That's
it's very, very
Yeah.
possible.
I mean, that's almost as many as you and me, bro.
Right
You know?
around that number. Yeah.
So basically what you have is 3 experienced dudes talking about beer. 2 experienced dudes talking about beer.
I'm
and then
just good at drinking them.
one guy hitting sound effects.
But that's critical.
yeah.
Sound effects are critical.
Oh, thank you. No, please stop. Now, you're with...
Tampa Bay Brewing Company.
Well,
That's right.
You know what? That's for... I'm going to get an applause break for that,
I'll do
too.
applause.
Yeah, of course. Yep. Which is great, because I already know these beers very well. I seek them out. I buy them. I drink them.
That's what I want to hear.
Yeah, that's the way it goes.
Yeah,
keep that trend
if you're on
going.
a market and you're not seeing those beers out there, do some complaining to your bars and restaurants.
Right.
For sure.
Shake your finger at them.
Yeah. Yeah, we can change that.
Right.
After you get your food.
Get in there and stir it up a little bit. And you brought a beautiful array
Absolutely.
of Tampa Bay Brewing Company products.
Nice
and
little
nice looking
selection.
cans, too.
For sure.
Yeah.
You know, imagery is very, very important.
Of course it is.
One of the few still left in 16-ounce cans as well, so you
Yes,
get a little
thank
bit
you.
more bang for your
And
buck, you know?
It feels good in the hand,
it feels
man.
better.
It just
Well, you're getting a full
it
pint.
feels good.
Right.
You know?
Love
Yeah.
it.
You get a 12-ounce, and you're like, I'm missing 4.
Yeah, I just, you know, I needed those few extra little sips. You know, you got the little extra sips courtesy of Tampa Bay Brewing Company.
That is correct. I wear low socks so that I don't have them all the way up my leg. If I want a koozie to go to the top of my can, then I'll get one of those tiny little baby cans.
Yep, absolutely.
All right.
That was a weird comparison.
Yeah, it was.
All right. So, Josh, what beer should we start with? You're
I
always
think-
good at orchestrating these things.
I like the way you lined them up today,
Yeah?
so I think we're going to start off with the Reef Donkey,
Okay.
the OG, right?
Okay.
That's kind of what I had in mind, so I'm happy that you picked up on my little lineup here. So
We totally
I can
rehearsed.
pour it.
please
Yeah,
do.
let's do
This
it.
is our 3rd pass on this episode. It's going well so far, though. I shouldn't have said that out loud.
I just got here. I should have showed up earlier.
It's fine. Yeah, there was a little bit of pre-gaming with some pie and cake and stuff. It's good.
Okay.
So, the Reef Donkey,
Yes.
people, I think, hear the name and they're like, oh, it sounds like some sort of crazy beer. It's not.
It's not. It has a ton of flavor, but
Right.
it's a dry hopped American pale ale.
Yeah.
It's super easy drinking. It goes down like a sessionable IPA, though the ABV it's 5.5%. So it's not
Easy.
It's not super super low, but it's not in that imperial category. You can drink a few of them. I love the balance in this beer. That's what's always drawn me onto this. Even before I started with Tampa Bay Brewing, this has always been one of my favorites.
Well, that, and I mean, at 5.5%, it's not like you're one and done. This
Right.
You can sit there and watch a full football game and crush these all day and still be able to get around, you know?
Absolutely.
I've tested that out several times, and it worked. It turns out it works.
Well, you're
Plus, I
usually
can
just
still-
drinking your sorrows away after watching
Yeah, I
football.
know.
So-
Well, it's at the end of the game. That's where I really need. I get more thirsty as the game goes. But it is. It's smooth. It's hoppy, but it's not overpowering.
Yep.
Would you call it like the perfect IPA if you haven't had an IPA?
Well, I would call it the perfect APA.
Or
Yes,
APA?
perfect APA.
Yeah.
How dare I? See? That's why you guys are the pros.
This is a beer drinker's beer. That's an unofficial statement. It's how I describe it for
That's fair.
people.
That's
You know,
really good.
it's light enough that if you're not, a craft person, you can still crush these all day. But
Yes.
it's got enough flavor and nuance that you're gonna be, you're not gonna be underwhelmed if you are more of like a craft drinker or an
Right.
IPA person. It's kind of the everybody beer.
Yeah, and I know palates are all different, but this just doesn't attack. It's just
No,
very smooth.
it's not a wreck or anything like
delicious.
that. Now, with Ian being new to the Tampa Bay Brewing Company, I'm going to put you on the spot for a second.
Here we go. Let's go.
Do you know what Reef Donkey is?
The Amberjack.
Do you know why it was called a Reef Donkey?
I admittedly do not know the entire story of the Reef Donkey as far as the name for the Amberjack. I know it's a famous fighting fish, and I know
There
it's
you go.
found
You
around
just said
the
it right
reefs.
there, though.
Okay.
So, from what I understand, it's called a reef donkey because the way it bucks in the water
Okay.
once you
Nice.
catch it, and it's just an animal trying to get it on the line, apparently.
He said buck.
But
Yeah,
But it does. It gets rowdy in the
Yeah.
water, doesn't it? And look at it. And in that can, it looks like it's like, look, drink me, enjoy me, or there's going to be trouble. That's what it looks like it's
I like
saying.
it.
You know,
I like it.
I a lot of times bring a Sharpie to the bar, and I'll draw captions on my cans. just for fun.
That's a good thing. We should get
What
a
the
habit
fish
of
be
that.
saying, right?
Yeah.
If
The
can
fish
take
have
that-
thoughts too, man. I
Take
would
that
like-
back to them. That's free.
Send me some pictures of that next
Yeah.
time.
Yeah, I was stopped a couple times.
Yeah.
There were kids around.
I'd like to see the progression
bar.
of the messages
That's what I
too.
wanna
The
know.
first beer message
Yeah.
versus beer 7
Well,
message.
what happens is the Sharpie it starts to run off the sweating can, and then you can't read it anymore, and it's all
over
and
your
it's on my
hand,
hands. Yeah, right. Then I have to answer questions. All right, that's a great start.
Absolutely.
What's next? I see it.
What's next is I'm going to take the sauce a little simpler.
Oh,
Yeah, no,
well,
that's-
he does that.
That's a good idea. Yeah,
I have.
I'm gonna have to do that
Up
too.
next is Coral Head.
Oh yeah.
So that's relatively new for Tampa Bay, being as
What,
sorry.
a year or two into this thing? Coral Head?
Well, so Coral Head's about 2 years old,
Okay.
maybe 18 months or so. But Tampa Bay Brewing Company has been around for so long now that for them it's a relatively new product.
Right.
I think the can is killer. The tap handle is badass. You know,
Oh, it's so
nice,
cool.
sparkly. It looks like, Coral Head.
Yeah. It's believe me.
I've heard a lot of people refer to the design as the purple brain.
Yeah, that's kind of what it looks like. That's fair.
Do you have the purple brain beer? People
Yeah.
ask for it by name.
Thank you, sir.
Or by image. It's beautiful though. It's a beautiful looking can, and the flavor inside matches what I think the can brings you.
For sure.
Right?
So what's the ABV on this guy?
That is 7%.
Oh, all right, so that's pushing up into
Love
the
it.
fun territory.
Still drinkable.
It is.
Yeah,
But
absolutely.
7%'s that nice ABV where most places aren't going to give you the small pour.
Right.
That seems to kind of be your threshold where you
Right.
say, I'm still going to get a full
A
pint
full
out
pint.
of this.
That's right.
Yeah.
And again, you get a full pint in your can as well, 16
Yeah.
ounce.
Those extra sips. Perfect
So
for
you
game
get
day.
A 4-pack 16 ounce can
Right.
with these.
Right. Is there a lot of places we can find the Tampa Bay
It's,
Brewing
it's
Company
all over the place,
products?
especially beachside areas. You know,
For
kind of the
sure.
theme ties in a little bit. And
Yeah.
but you could always check out our website. It's going to be the easiest and fastest.
I know
way.
what he's talking about. He's talking about srperot.com/beerfinder.
That's right.
Absolutely.
I knew I could get that.
That's how you find the best places to drink.
Yeah. Like, where do I go? I don't know what to do with myself.
Yep.
Boom. There you go.
you go.
Maybe
For
from out
sure.
of town. You don't know.
Exactly. That's where you start.
And this is like, again, looks like it should have like some sort of attacking hop attack to me. It's not. It doesn't. It's friendly.
That's something I say about the Coral Head to a lot of people is it's deceptively 7% and it's deceptively hoppy. It's not going to destroy your palate
Right.
from the jump. It's not going to ruin your cheeks or ruin your tongue, but you definitely get that flavor.
Right.
After you drink a few of them, that hop profile, it really does start to build up, but it maintains that balance, kind of in the vein of the Reef Donkey. You still get that malty flavor, you still get the hop flavor, you still get the hop aroma.
Yeah.
That was something that always turned me on to Tampa Bay Brewing even before I started with them was, that's something you find across the portfolio is balance.
Right.
Absolutely.
Yeah. That's huge too. If you're looking for just an enjoyable more than one drink day.
Right.
Absolutely.
And
If
if
you're
you're
going for the one drink day.
And that's
you're
why we
doing it
drink
wrong.
beer, so you can drink multiple beers.
Yes. Exactly.
And if you're ever over on the West Coast, they have a couple beautiful breweries over there. Great restaurant, great food,
Yeah.
and a whole array of different beers.
I've never been.
Stuff that you may not be able to get locally over here.
I wish I could go.
You've never been over there?
No.
We'll talk about
Yeah,
the
we
trip.
can change that.
I think Badass
we can-
Beer Festival's
Yep,
coming up.
I was
Maybe
just
we
gonna
can figure
say
that
we
out.
got Badass Beer Fest coming up.
Right.
That's gonna be 10th year anniversary this year as
Oh.
well.
Yeah, check out their website for that. It's an amazing event.
Right.
Some really, really cool breweries out there. Some really cool beers, and then the ambiance, and it's a
Is
great
it a
time.
TBBC website, or do you have to type out the whole words?
So it is on the Tampa Bay Brewing Company website. The actual
Beautiful.
tickets, I believe, are available through Eventbrite.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
But
I'm gonna make
that's a
plans.
super cool event. That's where
you know
all
what?
the weird, interesting beers come out of the woodwork from everybody. So
Let's check out the website real quick.
I like
Take a
weird.
quick break.
You want to do it?
Yeah, we'll check out the website.
You got your laptop out?
I'll grab it real quick.
Cool. All right, stick
And
around.
then,
More Morning Hog Brew Review coming up on 95.7 The Hog. Oh, no, my drink went empty. Thanks, Ian, for repouring me.
there you go.
95.7 The Hog, The Morning Hog Show. Hey, it's Morning Hog Happy Hour. That's why I brought my friends Josh and Ian, SR Perot, and Tampa Bay, a brewing company. Where they, as it turns out, they brew all kinds of crazy beers.
Kinds of stuff.
Fun beers and crazy beers. And we're sampling with just 4 of them today.
Just
But
for
there's
today.
so many
Just
more.
They
There's
have
so
a
many
huge
more.
array.
Oh, it's like a when you buy those crayons and it's got the sharpener on the back and there's like 100 of them in there. That's like what Tampa Bay Brewing Company is.
You got a tongue? We want to wet it.
What?
I don't know if you can say that on the air.
Oh, did you hear that?
Get wacky.
Why is that not on a can? That's awesome. Now, I know this what you're pouring right here, but I haven't seen this in a while.
Yeah, so this is going to be, like we were talking about, the brewery has a lot of cool stuff going on over there, especially on the West Coast, Orlando areas. So this would be kind of in the surrounding areas.
Okay.
But we felt like it's such a cool beer that we have to talk about it today.
so good.
Kind of an old school staple in the Tampa Bay brewing line.
Yes.
So it's old elephant foot.
Okay.
Old elephant foot.
Right. They put the word old in there because they were like, this is going to be around for a while. Let's hitch a wagon to it. This is a straight IPA right here, right?
That is correct.
Not APA,
yes.
IPA. I messed it up
IPA.
earlier. Okay,
That's
good.
correct.
Let's see if we can tell the difference. Because the American Pale Ale and the India Pale Ale. I'm trying to make like a quiz show. What is this? Tell us about this beer.
7% alcohol.
Okay.
So it's going to be same ABV as the Coral Head.
Like it.
Flavor profile is very different, though.
Oh, wow.
This one, I kind of describe it, not an official statement. I kind of conversationally described it as more old school IPA. You know, people who like that more like kind of piney resinous flavor. That's what I personally get out of it. And especially when I'm comparing it to something like the Coral Head or the Reef Donkey.
Yes.
I'm getting almost like a honey malty flavor on the back end. Very nice. Again, balanced. Tampa Bay, that's what they're great at, is balancing these beers out.
Piney, but not like scratchy, hoppy. Get something to wipe your tongue off.
For
with.
sure.
It's not that way.
Exactly.
Yeah, palate record beers to me are not fun.
No.
You know, so anything you can actually have a few of, especially if you can run through a 4-pack of 16-ounce cans, you know, I'm on board. For
sure.
I'm fascinated with the science. And Ian, I know you have brewed the beers before. So there's a part of that where you're like, wait a minute, I need a little bit more pine. You don't take a pine cone and throw it in there.
I mean, you could. It wouldn't be
tip for a
surprising
home
if somebody has.
In case we have any
Well,
home
to be
brewers
fair,
checking
who
out.
is it? Rogue was using spruce tips in one of their beers.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so people have used stuff like that.
Oh, my God. Really? Whoa.
If there's something you can throw it in a vat, I'm sure somebody's done
Okay.
it.
All right.
Yes.
Well, things fall in. There's accidents.
Yeah.
happen.
Yes.
Sure. Yeah. And some of those turn out to be great beers.
Right. That was the Oompa Loompa beer.
Okay. Okay.
There's a goat brain beer.
What?
Yes, there is.
when I was still up north, a brewery would do an annual goat race. The patron goat, so to speak, unfortunately passed.
Okay.
And the owner of the goat, who also owned the brewery, decided to make a goat brain
I do
beer.
recall this.
This is old school. I mean, this is
Wow.
you probably couldn't get away with that anymore.
Yeah. Now they divulged that to the people who were drinking it.
Yes.
I assume.
Oh,
Okay.
absolutely.
Okay, that's good. Yeah.
that was the
Saying.
theme.
It wasn't for distribution or anything like that. It was a special event beer.
I think between the three of us, we probably know a lot of people who would take that challenge too.
I would give it a shot.
Probably.
Go brain, sure. Yeah, put it in. Fine.
It's got alcohol in it. All right.
yeah,
no
absolutely.
Bored.
Yeah, I mean, I stopped at Cocoa Puffs.
I
but
stopped
I'll
at
go-
spiders.
And this again is just like this is such a very drinkable, enjoyable, more than one beer.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which I love.
Like I said, this can be found in the local surrounding areas. You know, I think they still might have it over at Disney. I'm not positive on that.
Oh, yeah?
But definitely over at the breweries and you know, just keep your eyes peeled.
Psst, guess who's going over there pretty soon?
I'm assuming that guy. That guy.
Yeah, I'm gonna look for that. I'm gonna send Ian a text from there too.
Please do. You
ideally-
can text me anytime.
Yeah. Whoa.
Yeah.
All right.
Text me anytime. Get wacky.
Wait a second. You only have one beer left. This is sad. It's a sad moment, but also
Yeah.
celebratory.
We haven't had it this year.
No, we haven't. This is it.
I planned this.
We're literally
done.
cracking the seal.
So obviously, the last few weeks we've been talking about Oktoberfest beers, pumpkin beers.
Yeah.
You know,
That season. May still
It's
be
time to
100
talk
degrees
about-
outside, but it's September.
this beer. This is the beer for pumpkin beers.
This is what happens
in my
when your
opinion.
pumpkin melts. When
Right.
it melts, this is what it turns into.
So this is what happens when your pumpkin pie melts.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I like that. I might steal that.
So we've talked about it, how some of the pumpkin beers out there are kind of beer flavored beers that just happen to have pumpkin in it, and then
Sure.
you have these pumpkin pie forward beers
Right.
that are a little bit sweeter. The ABV tends to be a little bit higher,
Right.
But you're getting all that nutmeg, cinnamon. In this particular beer, to me, you can taste the graham cracker. You can taste the whipped cream on top. I mean, it's absolutely just
We talked about this, like
phenomenal
the
beer.
science that is involved in
I
this
didn't pour
particular
myself.
beer, right?
I
You go,
to
"Oh,
take a sip of nothing.
That says something. Josh
was
is so
so
pumped
excited.
about talking about it that he
Well,
didn't even drink it yet.
That's the most responsible drinking you'll see all day right there. Well, look at that. Look at that beer. Look at that can, first of all.
Yeah, we talk about layered beers as far as layered flavors are concerned, and to me, this is one of those beers that does it really, really well. You're not just a million flavors all at one time. You are getting.
It's
Again,
crazy.
we talked about it, or I did at least, mention Oompa Loompa. This is the Willy Wonka of beer, where you're getting all these flavors, man. It's
and it
killer.
doesn't make sense to me.
For sure.
Because I haven't brewed beer, so I don't know. But there's a science here that just says I'm tasting every bit, like you said, every layer, every element.
Absolutely. And not to overuse this word, but it's important to me, and I think it's important for people to know balance.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know, it's,
Again,
like Josh said, it's, a lot of pumpkin beers, not to knock anybody, just are beer that tastes like pumpkin.
Right.
There's layers to this. There's nuance to this. You get some of the spice, but it doesn't taste like, spice racked water.
Right.
You can still taste that it's a beer.
Right.
You can still taste malt. You can still taste hops.
Yeah.
There's also a little bit of lactose in this.
I was about to mention, just for anybody out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that gives you a little bit of creaminess and a little bit of sweetness, but it's by no means thick or heavy or overly sweet or like a sugar bomb flavor. It adds just that little bit of kind of sweet, almost pucker on your lips. It helps that spice kind of coast along.
Yeah.
Nothing
awesome.
overpowering at all.
Absolutely.
But it all works well.
Absolutely.
It's like a team.
For sure.
Oh, there you go.
Just
I
we're
like
in
it.
football season. We talked about saying team. When you're number one in the country, it's like you think about teamwork. That's what I think about.
All right.
And I think that all the things that are working in the beer, it's a good team.
It's a great
Absolutely.
team.
You know?
Well put.
I like to thank all those tiny little elements that are working together. I'm sure you probably have rallies at Tampa Bay Brewing Company. You probably have everybody gets together and you get in a huddle probably a lot. And,
Yeah, and then they do shotguns
eye
usually.
black and shotgun. But yeah, okay.
Ducks.
Could I come over for that, or is that like a?
We can make that happen.
What day of week that is?
Badass Beer Festival,
Yeah,
man.
Badass Beer
Oh yeah.
Fest.
What is that?
November.
So that is Saturday, November 9th. I wanted to double check my date. Yeah, Saturday, November 9th.
What am I doing? Nothing.
What you're
Exactly.
doing is
Now.
coming to Badass Beer
Yeah.
Fest.
Okay. So what happens there?
You drink. You hang out. you meet the best of the best, and you drink the best of the best. Because
Okay.
that's
it
what
really
comes out.
is. There's a lot of beer festivals out there that it's kind of the same tired old stuff.
Yeah.
Tampa Bay puts on a great beer festival where they have some amazing breweries from all over the country come in, present their beer, and
So wait a minute. You're saying the Tampa Bay Brewing Company invites other brewing companies?
absolutely,
The competition.
sir.
Yeah, this is not just
sir.
Tampa Bay
And then you
Brewing's
get in a
beer.
big huddle and you put on
Absolutely.
the eye
Yep.
black and you fight.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, when you've
No,
been
I would
around
say
for
fight.
All right.
20 years, you kind of have a prestige a little bit. So you're
Yeah.
able to get some of these breweries over there, and they have those prestiges as well. So it's nice to have them all in one spot.
That's awesome.
Great price, great beers. If you're not going, you're missing out. I'll tell you that.
For sure. For sure.
I mean, I had no Thanksgiving plans anyway. So pre-Thanksgiving, this is what I'm doing, right? I'll worry about Thanksgiving later.
Pre-Thanksgiving beer. as
Right,
well.
this is right. It's exceptional. All right,
sure.
now
Gets
this
you in the mood.
this beer particularly, obviously not going to be around for a long time.
Correct.
That
So
is correct.
we do have some 4-pack 16-ounce out in the market. Publix, Total Wine, ABCs, Locals, Independents. But we also have some draft accounts out there. Guys like McKay's, probably Brass Tap, Abbey and DeLand. But
sure.
instead of chasing these places down, just
Yeah.
check out the website. Man.
Yeah.
Oh, you talk about like if I go to srprod.com/beerfinder and then I just find it.
That
Yeah.
would be the one.
I'm like, where am I geographically? I don't know.
It should actually be called Best Place to Drink Finder.
Can you change it? Think
I'll
about
try.
it. Yeah. I mean,
I'll present it.
Yeah, the whole SR Prod branding.
Josh's boss is going to say, whoa, who's this guy trying to change our website?
Well,
we
yeah.
can't do that.
Yeah, he's a forward thinker, isn't he?
An IT guy just got an eye twitch
Yeah.
somewhere.
Yeah.
Tim. Shout out to Tim.
One of these little- I understand. Wow. So again, and if we come to Tampa Bay Brewing Company, those aren't the only 4 beers available.
There is a whole bunch of different stuff.
Yeah.
Whole bunch of different
Like a
stuff.
fleet.
Limited releases and special releases.
Whoa.
And then you get, the seasonals and the cores and the seasonals and the cores and whatnot.
And amazing merch. We'll put that
Absolutely.
out there too.
For sure.
Right?
Yeah, one of my favorite shirts from Tampa Bay is one of those like sun shirts that you wear outside.
Yeah.
Long sleeve with coral head on it. It's
What?
a black one, which you
What?
don't typically see. Has like green lightning bolts. And
Why are you wearing that on the show, bro?
I should have.
wear that in.
You know what?
I don't even have one.
Anybody
of
want to
those.
see
I
Josh
bought that
change
one.
shirts? during this show?
We have 2 facilities. There's West Chase, which is our primary facility.
Yeah.
That's on like the northwestern side of Tampa near Oldsmar.
Right.
We also have our Ybor facility. The Ybor facility is really cool. Do a lot of little, small batch stuff there as well. So please come and check us out. Drink our delicious beer. If for some
Can't
reason
stop.
you can't make it out to Tampa, then use that SR Perot beer finder.
That's
Find
right.
the best places to drink
Look
around
at that.
here.
Look at, wow. I didn't have to do it.
It's like a season.
thank you for being here.
Absolutely.
Josh,
Thank you for having me.
thank you for being here.
And Josh,
Absolutely.
thank you for having me.
Yeah, no problem, man.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers, everybody.